Night Baseball now from venerable Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game weekend series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. The Stros aim to notch their 7th win in a row right after this. Rick Porcello, a right-hander from the Garden State of New Jersey, gets the ball here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
You know, every pitcher comes out of spring training hoping they can make somewhere between 30 to 35 starts. This guy will be making start number 30 on the year. He's reliable, he's dependable, and he's been pretty good all season long. 30 starts, not an easy thing to do.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. And we are set for baseball here this evening. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Underway now in the weekend finale as the first pitch is looked at for strike one. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They come in a bit of a rough patch. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Yeah, Matty, this is the perfect guy to have on the mound. A veteran, not going to let the moment get too big for him. Completely understands what's being asked of him. They've been losing lately. That can't be denied. But this is the perfect guy, right spot.
Temperature starting to drop as the sun goes down. 56 degrees here at first pitch. The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
The 2-1 home. The count now at 2-2.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Popped up. There to play it is Moreland, and there's one away. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, fellas, there's nobody that I'm more excited to watch play than Carlos Correa. He's got over 50 home runs this year, and that's what you call a gigantic year. We knew it was in him, but this is the year he's really exceeded expectations. I'm excited to see how many he ends up with.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. In his career against Porcello, he's a .300 hitter, 3 for 10. He's taken him deep once. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. And set up behind the plate is Joe McDonald as you see the rest of our umpiring crew in this one.
Hey, Joe McDonald, he's a tough guy to figure out sometimes, D-Row. One inning, he'll be giving that inside corner. The next inning, he doesn't give much of that inside corner. His zone fluctuates a lot.
You know, Dan, you could see some definite confusion on the face of some hitters today. Questioning in the strike zone. One pitch is a strike on the outer half. The next time it's a ball. Kind of a little cat and mouse with the umpire when you should be focused on the pitcher.
And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
As a veteran pitcher, he knows if he's going to have success in this one, he's got to establish that pitch in to get those guys to respect it and open up that outer half of the plate.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Got him to go after the change there, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup or do you stay with the heater?
Swinging a soft liner on to Moreland, and that's in time for the second out.
Batting third, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. First shot for him here, and with the season winding down, he's closing in on a league batting title. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. And now the Red Sox get their turn. No score. Justin Verlander, a Virginia-born right-hander, gets the ball to start this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, thanks, Matt. Justin Verlander, former Cy Young Award winner. He's done just about everything you could do as a starting pitcher. At one time, might have had the best and biggest arm in the game of baseball. Consistently 94 to 97 miles an hour. Really good overhand curveball. Has the slider, has the changeup. Usually you'll know if Justin Verlander is on early. If he gets through the first couple innings, 1, 2, 3, he's going to be tough to beat.
First pitch on its way from Verlander. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And fellas, these Astros entering play here tonight. They've run their win streak up to 6 in a row now, and they're really playing some inspired baseball.
Yeah, Matty, this is one of those special moments throughout the course of the season where everyone kind of looks around the clubhouse and takes stock. 6 in a row, you have a chance to rattle off a 7th. You start saying, hey, maybe something special is going to happen this summer.
2-1 now to Mookie.
You know, he fell behind 2-0, Matty, but he battled right there and got right back in this count. An aggressive fastball, middle of the zone.
And they'll back him off a bit with a fastball in, but it's 3-1 now. Waiting next is Dustin Pedroia. The 3-1. Now a swing as he hits this one into the air, but this will be foul off to the right, out of play. Verlander deals the 3-2. Fouled off. Hits this one hard the other way, and that is through into right field for a single.
Hey, after the leadoff knock right there, you know what they say. You get that leadoff guy on, I don't care how it's done. He usually comes around to score, but let's tip our hat to the pitcher. He set the tone in the top of the first, retiring him.
Settling in now, Dustin Pedroia. And as you can see, he's seen that average climb the last week or so. He's set, and the pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. His line against Justin Verlander, he's got 5 base hits in 29 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. Oh, and 1, here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Broke out the slide step there, Danny.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
And a slider misses here. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. Popped him up. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
The 2-2 one more time. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Another 2-2 offering. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. What's your take as they try to get back to their winning ways, D-Row?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup, and the one thing that jumps off the page is that they're last in hits in the league. You might be able to get through a long season with 2 3-run homers every now and then, but I'll tell you what, you have no chance of going to the postseason and waiting on a 3-run bomb. because you're facing nothing but 1s and 2s. If you're going to beat up the 3, 4, 5 guys in a rotation, you have to find a way to create more scoring opportunities against the 1s and 2s.
And he'll dive back in. First delivery to him on the way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Lifted in the air out to right. Reddick is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Here's J.D. Martinez.
Batting fourth, designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Missed with a slider. Verlander pauses. Here it is on 1-0. And a fastball just a bit high. Betts leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Turned on down the line. And that's through for a hit. And this will get to the wall out near the 310 sign. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Hey, one of the things that makes it so tough to pitch is you consistently have to make good pitches. Even on 2-0, you just can't lay one right down the middle.
Yeah, I'm sure he wanted to nip a corner right there, but hats off, challenging 2-0 in a fastball count. He came and got some.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. And a ball 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. His line against Justin Verlander, he's only 2 for 10. He's taken him deep once. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Hot shot down the line. And a base hit as the run will come in to score, and that gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead.
Hey, this team's been in a pretty bad funk, Dero. They've had a difficult time scoring and winning any game, so to strike early, that RBI single right there is awfully big.
Yeah, and hopefully the pitcher's able to breathe a sigh of relief, Dan, like you say all the time. Give me some early runs and let me relax and attack the zone.
I've always said, Dero, you score me 6 runs, I'm going to win a lot of games.
In there, 0-1.
That's how quick an inning can potentially get away from you out there. You get the first 2 outs pretty quick. Next guy gets on, and now you're staring the number 4 hole hitter in the face with a runner in scoring position.
And he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Hey, make a pitch right here and get out of this. Get the boys in the dugout and regroup a little bit. 1 run is not going to kill you.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Here comes another 0-2. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion. Look for him to be aggressive with what he thinks is his best pitch right now.
2 down, runners at first and second. And this is swung on and missed. Might have even been a foul tip that's held on to, but either way, the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. On to the second inning now from Fenway Park. The Red Sox lead it 1-0. Here's Carlos Correa now.
Leading off for the Astros, shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball one. Hit down the third base line, but a foul ball. 1-1. The 1-1. Hit hard on the ground is short. Gloved by Bogarts. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
So here's how the Bo Sox are positioning themselves defensively. And we get to watch one of the best right fielders in the game today. He brought home gold last year. We know a right fielder profiles as a huge offensive producer, but this guy covers a ton of ground all the way to the foul line with a strong throwing arm.
Here's George Springer, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. First delivery to him on the way. Pitch is popped up. And this will be taken by Pedroia for out number 2.
Batting second. First baseman.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball. Ball one. Count now, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 home. And it's fouled away. Red Sox on top in the early going. 1-0 as we play the second. And a fastball just a bit up. Skied into straightaway right. Betts has a read on it, and the inning is over. Astros go down 1-2-3. It remains 1-0. Next up for the Red Sox, Eduardo Nunez. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Eduardo Nunez.
Here comes the first pitch. No balls and a strike to count. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Hey, that's case in point right there. He thought that was going to hollow out his rib and ended up being a strike.
And a neck-high fastball that time.
You know, Matty, I'm not surprised by that pitch. Raise the eye level a little bit. Maybe we get something bouncing in the dirt right here. Now the pitch. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. The 2-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. On the move is Reddick. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Time for a look at the Stros on D. And let's focus our attention on the guy behind the plate putting the digits down. That's Brian McCann. I don't think he gets enough credit for his defense. The ability to massage a pitching staff, soft hands, and a nice throwing arm to second base. We already know from the offensive side, he's a multiple-time All-Star with the ability to launch.
Riding in for Boston, JT Realmuto, hitless in 4 tries in the ball game yesterday. First offering on its way. Fouled away. The 0-1. Ball one. One out, nobody on. One and two to the Red Sox catcher. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Batting ninth, first baseman.
Stepping in, Mitch Moreland. Trying to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Off the plate and low here. Ball 1. Smoke on the ground, left side. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. Nothing doing against Verlander that time around. His club trails 1-0. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A high fastball is in there.
Froze him with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A bouncer up the middle. And there's the first hit of the game for Houston.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. In his career against Porcello, he has 7 hits in 24 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. First pitch of the at-bat. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. That misses. 2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
Gonzalez on at first. Nobody out. Set, and the 2-1 pitch. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounded back up the middle. Pedroia to his right. He has it on to first, and McCann hits into the double play.
Made him throw a lot of pitches in that at-bat, but he'll take the double play as a trade-off for sure.
Here's Jake Marisnick. Pair of hits in 5 trips to the plate in yesterday's game. First pitch on its way. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. Now the pitch. And a breaking ball stays outside. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. They still trail 1-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mookie Betts. He'll be the one to greet Justin Verlander to start the inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Yeah, there are a couple of things you don't want to do as a visiting pitcher. Never give the home crowd a reason to get involved early, and don't put guys on base to ignite a big inning. Well, mission accomplished on both fronts. We'll see how he responds.
Ready for another chance? Dustin Pedroia. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Especially after drilling the last guy up at the plate. That's just a great job to get your mechanics back under you and establish yourself back in the strike zone.
Come on, you can do it.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball one. A runner at first with no outs here. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a look over to first. Don't want to forget about him. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Looks at a curveball over the inside corner. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Runner at first here, 1 man out. One and 2 to the Boston shortstop. Betts is on the move. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Not in time. He's in there at second.
We all know this team is struggling right now. They're on a losing streak, so when that's the case, sometimes you need to be a little bit more aggressive and try to put some pressure on your opponents. Stolen bases are a good way of doing that, so we'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for him right now.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt, and the throw to first is there to record the second out.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play first after the ball hit the dirt.
J.D. Martinez.
In now, J.D. Martinez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Hit in the air to right field. Reddick has a read on it. And the inning is over. Red Sox lead 1, but they lead it 1-0. Digging in to try it again, Alex Bregman. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Number 2, Alex Bregman.
First delivery to him on the way. Tough slider that just catches the corner for a strike. A wave and a miss. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the way pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
2-2 the count. The 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
If you're ever going to see a position player go to the mound, it's going to be in a situation like this. Get him to relax a little bit, focus on his mechanics, and get that fastball back in the zone. Can't allow this guy to lead off walk.
Popped him up. Realmuto is there. Makes the play. 1 away. Striding in once again, Josh Reddick. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets foul. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. No runs, just 1 hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side. Now another 2-2. On a swing, and he popped him up off to the left in foul territory. And there's out number 2.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And striding in, the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. First pitch of the at-bat. Sliders in for a strike. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Astros. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Digging in for his second at-bat, Andrew Benintendi looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. First pitch on its way from Verlander. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Oh, and 2 the count to Benintendi.
Let's see if he continues to climb that ladder, or does he try and get him fishing on something bouncing in dirt.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2.
I have no issue wasting a pitch on 0-2 to try to get a guy to go fishing, but it has to be somewhat tempting. You're not going to get anyone to swing at a bat at that pitch.
The 1-2. Line drive to center field. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
Into the box, Domingo Santana, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Here's the 0-1. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Here's Verlander now on 0-2. In the dirt here. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Into the box now, Eduardo Nunez, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Now the 0-1. Heading out towards shallow right. Reddick is going to get there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. At the plate, JT Realmuto 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Behind now, 2-0.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty, but hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
And wow, that looked to be well inside, but it's a called strike. 2-1 now. Now the 2-1 is in there for the second strike. No offer on that one, and Verlander's run at full now, 3-2.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3-2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
Down the third baseline. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. One left for the Red Sox, but they're on top 1-0. Back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as the Puerto Rican sensation and former #1 overall pick Carlos Correa gets set to start the inning. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Fastball called strike, 1-2. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out. An early look at the line score here tonight as we play the top of the fifth. And boy, just one lone hit for the visitors this evening as they've been taken to task by this starter. Next up for the Stros, George Springer comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way. Up around the face.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Very weakly on the ground, but it's foul, strike 1. No runs, just one hit. No errors in the ball game for the Astros to this point. Hit back up the middle. Bogarts has it. Spin throw. The spin throw gets him at first. Nicely done for the second out.
First baseman number 10, Julian Gurriel.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Here's the first pitch to him. Missed with a breaking ball.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
He's looking really great on the bump right now. I mean, it's been a while since he's allowed a base runner, and he just jumped ahead of another hitter right there.
Two out, nobody on. And he'll miss the target there with a curveball, and it's 2-1 now.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure if he wanted to get that one down and away, and unfortunately that one stayed inside.
2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You pull a fastball like that, you got to tell yourself to slow it down a little bit, play more gap to gap, and keep that front shoulder square, pointed towards the pitcher. That'll keep everything on plane.
Full count, 3-2. And here's the 3-2 from him. Down the left field line and deep, and that will end up a foul ball. Into right field, that's a base hit. So a 2-out single there gets him a base runner, and that leads us to check out the team leaders in hitting here in the final month of the season. And you can see right there that these guys rank second in the AL in that category. Striding in for Houston, Marwin Gonzalez. From the stretch. And that one just missed outside.
This is where you got to take stock in the situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy from first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving.
It's 2-0 to Marwin Gonzalez.
Those were great takes right there. Those were pitches that a lot of guys normally swing at, but he took both of them and finds himself in a productive count leverage 2-0.
The 2-0 on the way is swung on and missed, and that's strike one.
You know, we haven't seen that pitch from him in a while, but it looks like he's got pretty good feel for it. If he's going to pick and choose when he's going to use it, he could steal some strikes that way.
Set to deliver on 2-1. Here's a strike.
2-2.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Now the payoff pitch home, and he fouls this one off. Gurriel is off at first with 2 away. And this is swung on and hit on the ground to Pedroia at second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Astros lead 1. They're down 1-0. Here's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland, as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I'm surprised we're seeing so many late swings on fastballs. If there's one rule of thumb in the game, get to the heater.
Set to deliver the 0-1. A wave and a miss. And a curveball that started low and broke lower, ball 1.
Don't be shocked if he doesn't go right back to that same pitch. You could tell he jelly-legged him at the plate a little bit. Froze him, but just missed the zone.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And this is fouled at the plate. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. Weekly hit to third. And a good throw gets him 1 gone.
Now batting, right fielder,
So the Red Sox lineup turns over, and to the plate, Mookie Betts. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. First pitch on its way. And that one right down Main Street. Betts has a history in coming through in the clutch moments, of course. It's always a little bit of a debate whether or not being clutch is actually a trait that a player possesses. But with him, there's no denying it. We've seen him deliver in big moments repeatedly throughout his career. It just seems he elevates his game somehow when the pressure is on.
Yeah, Matty, he has definitely put that debate to rest. He has absolute ice water in his veins.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Ready on 1-2. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Here comes the first pitch. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Pedroia's around first, heading for second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Their own pitcher is absolutely dealing right now, so this is a big moment in this game. If his teammates can pick him up and drive him in now, that might be all they need to get the W here.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Grounded foul off to the right and over toward the dugout. 0-1 count. Here it comes. Missed with a slider. 2 out here and a runner at second. That's 2-1. Oh, tough pitch. Things just not going his way on the mound right now. 3-1.
Time for him to attack on the mound. He knows his team's struggling offensively. Don't mess around and try and nibble. Just be on the attack and let them beat you.
Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count, and the ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Now the Red Sox DH, J.D. Martinez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Skied into straightaway right. And Reddick will put this one away to retire the side. Boston strands a couple. They lead it 1-0. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Here's Porcello back at it now as he gets ahead of the leadoff man. No balls and a strike.
You can tell this offense is getting frustrated, but this might be one you have to shower off. When a guy's locating like this, fastball at the knees and to both corners, it's going to be tough for them to do anything with it.
A ball and a strike to Brian McCann. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Well, this has been a completely different performance from the offense that we saw yesterday. They were looking like the 27 Yankees 24 hours ago, but they've been held in check so far in this one. That's kind of how baseball goes, though.
Here's Jake Marisnick, 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
Come on, Boston!
Outside for a ball, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1.
Hey, yo, you want to try that call again?
Looks at a fastball inside, so he's in the driver's seat, 3-1.
He's had command of his pitches all day, hasn't walked a soul, but we find ourselves in a 3-ball count here. Want to see how aggressive he gets in the zone.
The 3-1. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Well, he loses him there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits, so his command has been pretty solid so far.
So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, Alex Bregman. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Before the 0-1, he'll check on first. Runner back safely. A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Skied into very shallow right. Betts coasts under it, and that's the second out of the inning. Ready for another shot now, Josh Reddick. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First delivery to him on the way. Pitch out, nothing doing. Marisnick, the runner at first with 2 gone. And a neck-high fastball that time.
That can be one of the downfalls of pitching out. It puts you behind in the count, and if you throw another ball, you're kind of in a difficult spot.
A little bouncer. That winds up foul. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone. He finds the short porch for a home run. A 2-run home run here for Josh Reddick. Number 13 for him on the year, and the Astros take the lead. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's a long season with a lot of peaks and valleys, but he's getting hot here in September. That bodes well for him and his team as things crank up in October. We'll see if he can stay hot when it matters the most.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve, as he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The windup and the 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Called strike, and he's behind 1-2. One and two, here it comes. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. The two-out hit means Carlos Correa will bat this inning.
You know, D-Row, I'm not sure if you're one of those superstitious guys, but a 13-game hitting streak seems like a pretty good number for this guy.
Yeah, that's the old baker's dozen right there. We're almost looking at 2 weeks of just sleeping like a baby. I can't be. You're going to hear me reiterate this throughout this streak. I can't tell you, when you're swinging the bat like this, your food tastes better, your wife gets prettier, everything is just working.
First pitch on its way. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike one. 2 out with the man at first. Bouncer down the line. That winds up foul for the second strike. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Astros play 2 on the 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Houston. Digging in and looking for more, Andrew Benintendi. Last time through was a base hit.
Fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Here's the first pitch to him. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
A ball and 2 strikes. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen, as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
What a great battle to start this inning. What a great job by the leadoff hitter. He knows that this pitcher's starting to get up there in pitches. The manager's starting to get restless. Let's see if we can knock him out and get into that bullpen.
Now the payoff pitch home. Gets him looking, strike 3. So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA. And as you can see, he's up here at the top, currently 6th in the AL in that category. Ready once again, Domingo Santana is hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. And he takes ball 1. One-0 count. Here it is. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, and it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball. The 1-1 home. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the third time.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Standing in now, Eduardo Nunez, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Verlander sets his sights. Here's the 0-1. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Now the 0-2 pitch. Seared down the first baseline. But this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only 1 free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
The 1-2 misses for the second ball. Rounded down the third baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. It's on to the 7th now with the Astros on top in this one. And as the final warm-up tosses are thrown, let's get a look at our game summary through 6 innings. Here's George Springer. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Nat. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. One and one. Here it comes. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Pedroia trying to get there. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Stepping in now, Yuli Gurriel. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one.
Can't imagine he comes back with a third breaking ball. That hitter looked like he timed that one up pretty well and just missed it, fouling it away.
Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. And through 6 1/3, he's about to hit the 100 pitch mark now.
Hey, you know, Matty V, this is all you can ask for as a manager in today's game in baseball. Very rarely do we see guys get through the 7th inning. So he's through the 6th here with 1 out, and Mark DeRosa, so far so good, a pretty decent outing.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be batter to batter here for the manager if he's going to continue to ride this hot hand or if he's going to go to the bullpen.
On to Moreland, and that's in time for the second out.
The batter, number 9, designated hitter, Marwin.
Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Now here it comes. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. A ball and a strike to count to the Astros first baseman. Hit hard back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. So the top of the 7th isn't over yet after the 2-out base hit.
The captain, number 16, Brian McCann.
Striding in for Houston, Brian McCann. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. The 0-1 pitch. A changeup over the inside corner.
That's back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Puts himself in a bad spot. 0-2. Let's see if he can battle back in this AB.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
The 2-2. Little dribbler down the line. And he'll just make the tag himself, and the inning is over. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, one man left on. They'll get up and stretch here at Fenway. The Astros on top, 2-1. Hector Rondon gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Hector Rondon.
Ready for another chance? JT Realmuto 0 for 2 for him to this point.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Correa waits on it. He's got it 1 away.
The first baseman, number 15, Mitch Moreland.
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. Digging in to try it again, Mitch Moreland. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a curveball right on the corner. Bushers has proven to be a guy that throws strikes coming out of the pen and doesn't walk a lot of batters.
Boyd, every manager and pitching coach, Matty V, they love to bring a guy in that they know one thing. He's going to throw strikes and not beat himself, and this guy is certainly not afraid to attack the strike zone.
1 out, nobody on. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high. 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Still 1-2. Bregman trying to get there, and that's going to land foul. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Settling under it is Marisnick for out number 2. Joe Smith
takes the mound now, and it appears he's being brought in to face the right-handed batter who waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using him here, Matt. Most hitters have a harder time against pitchers of the same handedness, so we'll see if this move pans out.
Here's Mookie Betts.
Come on, fuck.
First pitch of the at-bat. The high fastball is in there. The 0-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight. Down in order go the Red Sox. Our score remains 2-1.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 47, Tyler Thornburg.
Here's Jake Marisnick, 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far.
Left fielder, Jake Marisnick.
Here comes the first pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. And it's 1-1. And now a pitch on the way. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
That pitch just had too much velocity on it for you to catch up to that. Unless you're cheating to a high fastball above the belt and you're all in, I say you got to find a way to lower your sights, or it's going to be a tough game.
A good curveball gets him swinging for out number 1. And there are the final numbers for the Boston starter. He was on point from the get-go this evening. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He struggled at the top of the lineup in this one, hitless to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And, looked inside, but that's ruled as strike. 0-1. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
Well, you're in trouble at the plate if you fall behind this guy 0-2, so that was a good job to hold up right there.
Has to reach for that one as he fouls it away to the right side. It's 1-2 now. Hit in the air down the right field line. Betts has a read on it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Josh Reddick will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ballgame on one swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. Pitch coming. Here it is. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out.
He might not want to throw that one again. I know his timing was a little bit off at the dish, but he kept his hands back. Just missed that one. Fouled that one off really hard.
Weak chopper up the line. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a breaking ball stays outside.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
3-2 pitch. Now a hard liner toward short. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
You'd think they'd stop pitching to this guy by now. He's been torching them all weekend, and he stays hot here with another extra base hit. They'll be happy when this series is over, so they don't have to deal with this dude anymore.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve, down the left field line and deep. And this will wind up a foul ball. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the 0-1. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
There seem to be different philosophies on it. So, Dan, what was your approach at 0-2 counts?
My philosophy is this. I think the last thing you want to do is throw non-competitive pitches, Matt. Throw something down in the zone or just out of the zone, but something way out of the zone doesn't serve any purpose.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. There's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. In terms of previous meetings with Joe Smith, he's got 4 hits and 10 at-bats. First pitch of the at-bat. And Pedroia behind it a bit as he grounds this one to second. And he will whip this one over to first in time for the out.
Shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Digging in once again, Xander Bogaerts. It was a walk in his last trip. First delivery to him on the way. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike one. Swinging a hard liner to center field. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Boy, talk about hitting into some rough luck. That was an absolute bullet to the outfield that gets caught, and he would have represented the tying run.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Astros, number 47, Chris.
Here's J.D. Martinez.
And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Just hung in there on that one. Fouled off.
He's just having a hard time putting this guy away. 4 foul balls in this AB. I don't think this pitcher has got something that he can get a swing and a miss on.
And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They still trail it here 2-1. Matt Barnes enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Here's Carlos Correa now. Career numbers against Matt Barnes: 2 hits in 7 tries. He's taken him deep once. Here comes the first pitch. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Now the 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike. And he looks at one in there, 1-2.
I just think after seeing both those pitches right there, 96, you have to be on the fastball or you're not going to catch up. If you're sitting off speed, that fastball is going to blow right by you.
And that misses 2-2.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball on 1 and 2. You start it in the zone and let it break out of the zone where it can't be punished. Didn't get him to go after it, but the execution was nice.
The 2-2 is fastball taken high for a ball.
I understand pitching carefully to this guy in the box, but the man on deck doesn't represent any relief either. He's going to have to go after one of these guys.
The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive. But this is foul near the seats.
When that thing goes whistling into the stands, you hope someone brought their glove and is able to get leather on it.
And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
That's the 3rd time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead.
Here's George Springer as he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And a check swing here, but he pretty clearly broke the plane, and it's 0-2 now. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. Count remains at 0-2. Another 0-2 home. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. The 1-2 is back up the middle and into center field. And Pedroia will stretch, but it's into center field for a base hit.
First baseman number 10, Julian.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel has got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here comes the first pitch. Tries to go the other way as this is hit in the air down the right field line. In there, a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Guys, that jacks me up right there. Kept his front shoulder tucked, the hip tucked, was able to stay inside that slider and drive it the other way.
Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. Swing and a fly ball, but shallow. And that's not going to do it. And this will be taken by Pedroia for route number 2. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. Been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Nope.
Missed with a breaking ball.
Counts 1-0.
The 1-0 now to McCann. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and they get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. 2 left for the Astros. They still lead it 2-1. Ken Giles enters the game to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth.
Number 53, Ken Giles.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here.
Tough task ahead here as this guy, one of the top save guys in the league right now. He's been very reliable shutting the door.
Swinging a liner back through the box. So he'll add 1 to his total as that falls in. He's got 3 hits in this one. So it's a leadoff base hit to start the Red Sox after the inning.
You can't ask for anything more than getting a leadoff man on right there. He brings the go-ahead run to the plate. He's in position to do some damage. It'd be interesting to see how the manager plays this one.
So striding in, Domingo Santana. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that time run from first. Quick check on that tying run at first. A dive, but he's back. ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. The fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Santana in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
Boy, this is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like this. 2-0 count. We'll see right here if he lays one in there to give him a pitch to swing at.
The 2-0 is looked at for the first strike. Benintendi gets his lead at first, nobody out. Can't connect there. It's 2-2.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Count remains 2-2. Ripped down the first base line. To second for 1, back to first, and a costly at-bat there as the possible tying run is erased on the double play.
Oh, man, that's just a backbreaker right there. You get the leadoff man to start the 9th, and you're looking pretty good, right? Not when the next guy bounces into a double play. We'll see if they can get the final out and wrap this thing up.
Into the box, Eduardo Nunez, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Now, barring any late turnaround, this win would belong to Justin Verlander. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike. Popped him up. Giles has a play, makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Wow, what a week for these guys. Talk about firing on all cylinders. Winners of an amazing 7 games in a row. They say to never question the streak, and these guys aren't. They're just enjoying this ride.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Houston rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Justin Verlander records his 14th winning decision of the season as he racked up 10 strikeouts in the effort. Rick Porcello pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Ken Giles hammers down the save, his 46th. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa and Dan Plezak, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.